The table of a function is a collection of ordered pairs that can be found along the curve of the function. The x value is the input and the y value is the output. So we have some function and we have ordered pairs from that function. We have the input, which is the x value, and the output, which is the y. But a lot of times for a table, the y is replaced with f of x since they are equal to each other. It is the y value for a specific x along that function. So do not let this throw you off. When you see the column with f of x, that is the same as them saying y. Okay, so you have the x coordinate and the y coordinate for specific pairs in the table. And then you'll be asked to evaluate the function based on this table of ordered pairs. So for example, the first pair is -2, 4. That lets you know when you go to -2 along the x-axis, the curve will have a value of +4. So f of x has a value of +4 when x is equal to -2. That's what this shows. When x is 0, y is 0. So f of x has a value of 0 when x is 0, this point here. When x is 1, the function has a y value of 1. And when the x value is 3, the function has a value of 9. Okay, so that is how evaluating a table works. Let's walk through an example together. Let's say you're asked to evaluate f of x and you are given these ordered pairs in this table here. We'll walk through a few questions in this example. So question number 1, what is f of -1 equal to? Question number 2, what is f of 0 equal to? And question number 3, what is f of 2 equal to? So all of these questions are based on this table. So for the first one, f of -1, you want to find the number inside of the parentheses, which is -1, in the column with the x values. So our x is -1, so we go to the column with the x's and we find -1, and we select the y value in the same row, which is 4. So f of -1 is equal to 4. So what is the value of the function for this value of x? Let's take a look at another example, f of 0. Find the number inside of the parentheses 0 in the column with the x values. And then step 2, select the y value in the same row, and that would be here. When x is 0, the function has a value of 2. And just one more for good measure. What is f of 2? We want to find the number inside of the parentheses, which is 2, in the column with the x values, and then select the y value in the same row. So that would be this row here. So f of 2 is equal to -2. So that is how we go about evaluating a function from a table. Let's now have you try a few practice questions. Evaluate f of x. Question number 1, f of -4 is equal to what? Question number 2, what is f of -3 equal to? And question number 3, what is f of 0 equal to? Pause the video, answer these questions, and then press play when you are ready to begin. Question number 1, step 1, find the number inside of the parentheses, -4, in the column with the x values. And step 2, select the y value in the same row. So we go to the column with the x's, we find -4, and we see f of x has a value of 5 when x is -4. So f of -4 is equal to 5. So that is the answer to question number 1. Question number 2, we were asked to find f of negative 3. So step 1, find the number inside of the parentheses in the column with the x values. So here's negative 3. And then step 2, select the y value in the same row, which would be 0. So f of negative 3 is equal to 0. In question number 3, we're asked to find f of 0. Step 1, find the number inside of the parentheses in the column with the x values. So we find 0 here, and we want to select the y value in the same row, which would be negative 3, showing us f of 0 is equal to negative 3.